Gear of the Year!
Ginger Runner.
What is up, everybody? Ethan Newberry, the Ginger Runner, here for an exciting end of the year video. It is the traditional Gear of the Year, where I get to highlight some of my favorite items that I got to review this year. Over the course of the last 306, I'm not going to do the math. Over the last period of time, starting January 1st, 2019 until now, I've been very fortunate to review so many different pieces of gear, whether it's shoes, packs, apparel items, gadgets and gizmos, who's its and what's its galore. Whatever it might be, I put it through the Ginger Runner gauntlet. I get to highlight my favorite items in 8 different categories. It saves you the time of going through all the various reviews and studying up on the gear. These are my favorites. My favorite apparel items, storage items, battery operated gadgets, nutrition items, drop bag necessities, road shoes, trail shoes, and a very special bonus budget item. All the items featured today have a couple of things in common. They're special, and they found a comfortable place in my gear rotation. It means I like them. I like them a lot. Oh, I just love compiling this list because I get to go back and kind of study everything that I reviewed, all of my notes, and come up with my favorites. Granted, there are a lot of items that did not make this list. It doesn't necessarily mean they're not great items. If there's something that you love that you don't see on this list, it doesn't mean it's not great. That's what the comments of this video are for. And additionally, the prices of all the items in today's video will run the gamut. Many are on sale, many will be on sale. Regardless, all of the links for everything I talk about today are in the description. They are affiliate links. It helps the channel. It costs you nothing. Good win-win. And if you're a Patreon supporter, there's a running warehouse discount, all that good stuff. Let's just get into this, talking about the 2019 Gear of the Year. Starting off with the best apparel items. Number 1 on our best apparel item of the year comes to us from Rabbit. It is the Easy Tee, both short sleeve and long sleeve version. The long sleeve is soaking wet because I just ran in it. I just love it so much. These are super comfortable, extremely durable, fantastic for running or even just casual wear. They're priced pretty reasonably, especially the long sleeve, which is at $50, but I will just tell you now, this fabric, good. It's why I have multiples. I just love it so much. And runner up on the best apparel of 2019 for me is something you might already be familiar with because it's made 2 of my lists before, in the Summer Shorts Showdown and in my Headlands 100 gear review, and that is the Middleman shorts from Janji. These are the 5-inch model. I have to tell you, they're extremely comfortable, very lightweight, very stretchy, durable as all get up. They have a nice pocket in the back for your phone. I love these. I've raced and trained so many miles in these shorts and they're holding up very, very well. Something in the last year with Janji, the stuff that they're coming out with is super cool looking, really innovative. I love these shorts. I know you will too. They're very, very comfortable. I like them. Moving on to best storage item. So when it comes to running packs, my time this year has been spent in primarily 2 different packs. From Nathan, the Vapor Krar 2.0. This is the 4-liter version. Loved the crap out of this, but I had to give the upper hand to the Salomon Advanced Skin 5-liter set. I talked about it in my Headlands 100 gear review list, but ultimately it came down to the amount that this pack could store, which has been my experience with all of the 5-liter packs from Salomon in the past. They just hold a lot of stuff, whether you need multiple layers or camera gear or nutrition or water. They are just so adaptable to so many different situations that is why I leaned to this pack as being my pack of the year. The fit isn't as good or as dialed as previous versions, but it works for me and fits my body type, is still really lightweight, fairly durable, and holds just a ton of stuff, so it's good. Best part about this pack, it's on sale, $100. That's a screaming deal on these packs. Salomon stuff rarely goes on sale for that cheap, and when it does, you gotta grab it because it tends to sell out fast. So the Advanced Skin 5L on sale, well worth the price. Runner-up in storage is not a hydration pack, it's a storage pack. Coming to us from Victory Sport Design, this is the Bear 3. This is basically a crew kit where you can pack all your nutrition, some gear, shoes, bottles. If you're running an ultra, whether it's a 50 miler or 100 miler, and you need to have a drop bag or supplies, the Bear 3 from Victory Sport Design is a fantastic choice. I got this when I ran Headlands 100. Technically didn't finish, but still got the swag bag. I gotta say, this is one of those things that you can put anything in here. Any car supplies and keep it in the back of the trunk, food items, emergency supplies, use it as a diaper bag, whatever you want. This pack is amazing. It's incredibly durable. It comes to us from a guy who has run multiple ultras. So Victor at Victory Sports Design creates and builds these things. I gotta say, They hold up. I love mine. Highly recommend it. So the gadget category is probably by far one of my favorites. I'm a huge tech nerd. I love fiddling with gadgets, from headphones to lights to watches, cameras to drones, everything. But I did have to choose one item, and coming in at number 1 is a GPS watch. From Coros, it is the Apex. Probably not what you were thinking. I did review the Vertix earlier in the year, but I have to say I got my hands on an Apex and an Apex Pro. So just, this was also in the rotation. Review will be coming on both of these in the new year. Say what you will about how it looks exactly like a Garmin and operates exactly like a Garmin. I didn't realize how big of a thing the battery life would be in a GPS watch. But over the year, not having to recharge the battery as often as you'd think, being able to run for weeks at a time without having to plug this thing in at night has just been freeing. It is a really cool thing. So yes, I reviewed the Vertix earlier in the year. It is a very high price point and a watch that has a lot of features that I didn't necessarily use. The Apex Pro is a fantastic watch. It's just a bit more expensive than the Apex. So I'm gonna say, hey, listen, if you wanna spend a couple $100 on a GPS watch, the Apex is the way to go. The battery life alone is amazing. The 42mm and the 46mm are separated by about $50. Go for the 42mm if you don't mind a smaller watch on your wrist. All the same great features, a little bit less battery life, but it's still so good. And the runner-up gadget this year is an item that I've already mentioned on this channel before. Y'all are into this thing because it sold out almost immediately when I posted the last video. From ultraspire, it is the Lumin 600 3.0 waist light. Now, this thing is expensive, but bear with me here. When you're getting a really good quality headlamp or other lighting apparatus, they're all pretty pricey. I will have to say that this has by far been one of my favorite. Last year we had the Kogala Raw, which is still a fantastic item, but without any wires, you get something like this, which straps around your waist, gives you plenty of lumens out the front, lighten up the trails and the world around you so you can see all the flaws. The Lumin 600 3.0 just does everything that I need it to do. It's comfortable, it's lightweight, it's rechargeable. There's no wires to fiddle with. There's no extra battery packs to worry about. It is what it is. It's all self-contained. It can also turn into its own little flashlight if you need it to. Yeah. I like it. Moving on, talking about my favorite nutrition of the year. I like food. Do you like food? Do you eat food? I eat a lot of it. Coming in at number 1 for the second year in a row is Spring Energy Gels. I have 2 flavor favorites. Obviously the Canterbury, which is the same flavor that I mentioned last year, has just become my nutrition of choice this year. It just tastes so good. Literally one of the gels I feel like I could eat while not exercising. But in addition to the Canterbury flavor has been their new Speed Nut flavor, which is kind of a mix of raspberry, strawberry, with some hazelnut in there. They've really dialed in the recipe over the last few batches. It's 250 calories, so I can usually take one of these an hour, and that's a really good amount of nutrition for me. It also has a bit of caffeine, nice little kick for those night runs or anytime you're in a really long endurance run that goes into the night. So I use these religiously. While I don't necessarily like the other flavors of Spring Energy, full disclosure, these 2 flavors are solid. I stick with them. I like them. Coming in as runner-up in the nutrition category for Gear of the Year this year from Tailwind is their Rebuild Recovery Post-Workout Shake. I didn't think I'd like it as much as I did, but when you mix it with water, most protein shakes or most like after-workout drinks just don't taste great. I love the chocolate flavor. It actually works quite well as far as flavor is concerned. Tastes good. It's got about 245 calories, 11 grams of protein. For a post-workout fueling solution, this has been solid. It's been super tasty, and I do enjoy it. Moving on to the best drop bag necessity. These are items that I think if you're running an ultra or you just have a bag of running gear, you need to have these items in that bag because you'll end up using it a ton. Squirrel's nut butter. It is an anti-chafe balm that you can apply to the parts that matter the most in your part places. I use this stuff on training runs, in races, on hot days, on cold days. Put it on the parts that tend to rub against other parts, and those parts don't rub raw. I've talked about this stuff a lot, but it's because it works. I love it. It's very simple as far as the ingredient formula is concerned. Coconut oil, cocoa butter, beeswax, and vitamin E oil. That is it. Those are the ingredients that are in this stuff. It's very simple. It is a company that is owned and operated by runners and athletes. The product is fantastic for people, all abilities, all walks of life. It's just good. And dogs love it. Just warning you now. Runner-up in the drop bag necessity category are items that are well, pretty close to my heart. Ginger Runner head wraps. So we've had these in our store for quite a while. There's a few left. We're offering them right now since we want to just get rid of stock so we can make room for some of the new designs and stuff. We're offering them for 2 for $20. We love our head wraps. They're so easy to use in cold months. They're keeping your neck, your head warm. In the warm months, they're great for dipping into ice buckets and putting all the cold water on your body while you're running. I have at least 1 or 2 of these in a drop bag, in a running bag, with us in the car, wherever we are, no matter the temperature. They're just great. They're very versatile. And come on, for $20 you get 2 of them. It's a great deal. Drop bag necessity. Now let's get to the most anticipated awards of the evening. Shoes. Starting with the best road shoes. So shoes that you can wear primarily on the road in training or racing environments. My top pick for the year from Hoka One is the Rincon. I don't know why I can't say it normally, but the Hoka One Rincon has been an absolute beast of a road shoe for me. It's super comfortable. The midsole, very soft and plush. It's really lightweight, and for me, adapts to all of my running scenarios. So my long distance plods where I'm going really slow and just kind of out there to get the mileage on roads or gravel surfaces, it's great. And in any sort of race environment, doesn't matter the distance, it has also been great. So for me, it's holding up well. The durability is better than I anticipated. The Rincon has been my go-to road shoe and has been in our closet and on our floor for months. Knowing Hoka, they're going to completely eliminate this shoe from their lineup. So if you find it, grab it, because who knows if it's gonna make it to 2020. They always take shoes I like and just stop making them. So stay with us a little while longer, won't you? And our runner-up road shoe, this was a very difficult decision because there were a number of road shoes this year that surprised me, a lot from New Balance, some from Ultra, but I had to narrow it down, and this was the shoe that I found myself going to on workout Wednesdays, where I had some speed work, where I just wanted to feel like I was going fast. It comes to us from Skechers. It is the GORUN Hyper 3 Razor. That's not right. Too many brands with too many shoes with too many words. The GORUN Razor 3 Hyper has been a really durable, long-lasting race shoe. I kept it in my rotation because I just found myself going back to it and loving it, and it truly has been a standout in my rotation, specifically for those workout days where I needed just a bit more snap underfoot without using a carbon plate. Big ups to Skechers Performance and what they're doing with their shoes, because I always get excited seeing what they come out with. You get gems, you get abominations, you get all the stuff in between. They don't care. If something sticks, they go with it. And it's on sale. It's like $89 right now. And now let's talk about the best trail shoes of the year. This is a category I've been very excited about because these are the shoes I tend to run in the most. I've had the opportunity to train and race in a lot of them, but these two, that's right, I said two, are my favorite. Hoka One Evo Speedgoat and the Ultra Olympus 3.5. These two shoes, I'm gonna tie them at the top tier of our trail shoe of the year, purely because they both serve a different purpose, but both did really well for those purposes in my rotation this year. The Evo Speedgoat managed to package a durable, responsive yet cushioned trail ass kicker of a shoe into this lightweight package. The stretchable vamp across the forefoot actually helped a bit with sizing for me. I just have been really pleased with this shoe. I can't wait to see if there is another version of it that comes out. While the Speedgoat 4 may not have been my favorite Speedgoat, the Evo Speedgoat has been. The Olympus 3.5, in that same vein, has just been solid. This was my backup shoe at Headlands 100 and gave me the most pain-free miles. It just did its job and then some. Plenty of grip at the outsole, plenty of room in the upper for your foot and your toes to splay. It's held up durability-wise. So both of these shoes just really went the extra mile for me, and I've kept them and put them through its paces well after I've reviewed them. You can't go wrong with either of these two options if you're looking to go long on the trails. And because I did two first place shoes for this category, the runner-up is gonna be a shoe that I'm just gonna tease now because I have not yet reviewed it. I've had it for a while. I've run it a number of times this year, but it won't be released till 2020. So technically this could be a gear for next year, but maybe I'll just tease it because it does excite me. So right now it's a runner-up because it's kind of fresh in my mind, and I already did two shoes. So it's from Arc'teryx, and it's their Norvan LD2. It is their long distance, cushioned, yet responsive and super grippy trail shoe. I think it looks fantastic. I think it rides very similarly to the Salomon Ride, which has always been one of my favorite trail shoes. My time in it has been great. You're gonna have to wait for the review until next year, as that's when it drops. But as of this point, get excited. And that brings us to our final Gear of the Year category. It is our budget bonus item. This basically is an item that I think everyone needs to grab, and it's at a really good price point. I wanted to incorporate budget into this category this year purely because a lot of the items that we talk about in our Gear of the Year are expensive, whether it's a pair of shoes or the pack or whatever. Despite being on sale, obviously price points kind of put them all over the map. So this budget item is something that is affordable, that you can get right now and use right away. You may even already have one. If you don't, you gotta get one. It is the emergency bivvy. This one's a sole emergency bivvy, but you can get these for like 15 or 16 bucks. Cheap, keep it in your pack. If you go on adventures, long runs that are out in the backcountry, especially during the summertime as you get further and further into the mountains, maybe further from services or cell signal, having an emergency bivvy is an absolute necessity. There are great sources online where you can find lists of the 10 essentials, things that you should just be carrying on you at all times in the backcountry, but let's just start here with an emergency bivvy. When things go wrong, you need to have the protection to keep you alive. For 15 bucks, it's worth the peace of mind to have something like this in your pack. If you have an emergency blanket, that's great. A bivvy is better. And I mean, who doesn't love this thing? Look how small and cute it is. That, my friends, brings us to a close on our 2019 Gear of the Year. I appreciate you making it through this video up to this point. I hope you're able to look back on the year and glean as much information as you can from all of the reviews that we posted on the channel, but I also hope that you're able to use this video to maybe lean you in one direction for a product if you were on the fence. It is, in fact, our Gear of the Year. These are the items that I love. Truly. I use them all the time, and I get really excited about this list because it really forces me to think about the items that I do use regularly and have held up the entire year. That being said, there are a number of items that I did not get to in this list. What are your favorites? So in the comments of this video, please let us know what's your number one item that you cannot leave to go on a run without, whether it's a pair of shoes, pack, jacket, whatever. Let us know in the comments. It's a great resource for people to go back to and just kind of look through, see what people are getting. That wraps it up. We are now in December. We are approaching the end of the year. That means Gingermas is just around the corner. Tune in next week. We're gonna have some really fun Gingermas announcements. You're not gonna wanna miss it. If you like this video, make sure you like, favorite, and subscribe to this channel. Make sure you click that notification bell to be updated every time a new video is posted. There's social media links in case you want to follow across the spectrum. We post announcements and things all the time across those. And patreon.com/thegingerrunner is where you can help this channel survive for as little as $1 a month. Plus, you get cool things on the back end like a coupon to Running Warehouse for an additional 10%. So I encourage you to go check out patreon.com/thegingerrunner. That's it, everybody. We hope you're getting out there, training hard, racing harder, and partying the hardest. I know I am. We'll see you guys next week for some more fun. Bye-bye.